Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on? Grows. Feed them horses. Today, we got a couple of things coming your guys' way. 3 more pots. And then, today is my Wednesday, so it's a long day, but this is the last version of the long day. So, we're gonna get through that, and then we're gonna move on to greener pastures on Wednesdays not being in the morning. But I'll get over there in a second. Green off. He says, good day, chili dog. Good day to you, chili dog. Again, have my thumbs on the inside here. Hello everybody, it's me, Llama. I had a dream about volcanoes last night. Let's turn our dreams into reality. Llama bites down on that rim. Slowly, as he's driven towards his dreams, he manifests them in a tangible way. There you go. And then we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have that one large one, but we're not really going to worry about it too much. This is exactly where it's really thin too, so we're probably going to do 1 twist down and set it there. And then 1 twist above the other twist. I messed that last one up, but that's okay. Camera B. We got a little flare out on the top, and so if we do the little, plucks on the top, then on the bottom we got to make sure we do something different, or else it kind of like melds the two together, where we want them to actually feel different. Camera A. Wedging table. There we go. Yeah, the top is different, so I wanted to make sure I did that. Pushing a little bit. And on these sort of poles, we actually don't really want to pull up any height. We're just trying to equalize that clay. So you can see how I'm not really having a big bump at all. I have so much water leaking on my foot right now, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, come on. Stop. Go for rotation, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So you can see when we're looking at this buffer tree, do you see how the bottom and right at the beginning is cool, but it just doesn't have that height on this pot here. And it's also very cylindrical, so this is one where I'm probably going to want to bring this top out a little bit. There we go. And so maybe that gives it something more. It's just this middle part is just too thick, right? So when I look at that, that's the thing that's kind of bothering me about these. There we go. And then with these bottom ones, we're just tapering those out. And then we're gonna hold, and then flap at the end. Then hold, flap at the end. There we go. There's something really simple on this one, right? Can the wheel not rotate in the other direction? It totally can. So like on some of them, I will stop the wheel and then have them twist the other way. So it definitely is possible, right? So I like this one, how it's playing with that top rim a little bit on that corner. Camera A. See how they're just not as tall though? So this time I'm gonna try to get some height maybe out of this one. Lower that right hand, bring that wobble down. So this clay's a little bit softer, and so it wants to stretch way easier, right? All right. Camera B. And pushes down. We'll try to do something a little bit different this time. How's that sound? Yeah, I mean, I would probably do that stuff all one day. Just it has to be sometime after the 20th, you know. Slowly walk this bump up. So you can see that we're just trying to nail in the wall there. Trying to get a really nice cylinder with even walls, because that's going to help us out later. We'll do these pretty tight on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So now we got these kind of aimed in here. And then now we're going to emphasize them. And so I'm slowly trying to thin out that clay in between each one of these little grooves from the outside, pushing in as my interior hand is in the little nook of that vein space, right? And so the first thing that we're going to do is do the first twist down. Let's see, how much did I twist this up there? That's okay. We'll leave it at that. And we're gonna do our second bump. So we're gonna carve over this bump here, right, with our fingers and create a nice sturdy spot for us to start our next bump. Okay. So I'm slowly. Usually, sometimes if I don't do that, sometimes it will get really like off center there, and it'll start getting very ovular or orbular. Starting to do it though, even though I accounted for it. Come on. Nice. We got something like this, kind of very different, but you can see how it's kind of setting that base and then opening up that top. This one I feel like is very vase-like, right? There we go, guys. Camera A. Apple. Let's get into it here. So, what am I thinking about this one? I'm thinking that this one was kind of interesting. It was kind of a double bump. So I dumped out on the bottom and I bumped out on the top. And I did a little, somebody in the chat was telling me, hey, why don't you do some tendrils on this one, right? I was a little bit weary on it, but I thought it might be interesting, so I went for it. And I'm actually pretty pleased with how it turned out. I actually think that the small little tendrils being smaller than the veins of the tree actually add to this one. Somebody even said that it looked like it's holding up like a little cauldron or something, you know? So I actually kind of like this one. It's a pretty interesting pot. It's very different from some of the other trees. I feel like it's not even in tree realm anymore at this point, you know? Anyway, we got this one over here. I'm liking this one quite a bit. I like this one because it's a buffer tree, right? And the buffer tree was a little bit squatty here, so I wasn't really vibing with it at the beginning. But then when the tendril sort of launched up over top and curled over top of that edge there, I think that really set this piece off. There's not too much stuff on the bottom that's impeding kind of these special moments. And then that actual buffer, you know, that buffer swirl, I think looks pretty nice as well. And then on the top, we got one where we did, it's kind of difficult to see the thing, but the background looks sick. But you can see on the top edge where that tree is, we did a little pluck, kind of twist right on that top edge. And I think that's pretty interesting on one that's opened up. I've done that a couple times, maybe like 4 times out of the 1,000 something I've done now. And I always think it's very iffy if I like them. They feel to me like maybe they're a little bit too chill, right? I think I did one where I tried to use some cutting and I tried to make tendrils off the top, but it just really didn't work out. It's hard to get something nice on that top edge. I think soon I'm gonna be going back to maybe some split rims if I can get them to be really even. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best and strong mentality.